Do you ever feel like there is so much information out there about staying healthy as we get older that it is almost impossible to know what is actually good for you and what could be doing more harm than good? Maybe you have seen countless ads for supplements promising to boost your energy, sharpen your memory, or even turn back the clock. It is natural to want to feel your best, to have the energy to enjoy your grandchildren, to travel, or simply to wake up feeling refreshed. But here's a painful reality many of us face sometimes. In our earnest desire to improve our health, we unknowingly take steps that could put us at risk. It is like trying to fix a leaky pipe with a wrench when what you really need is a plumber. And in this case, that plumber is your doctor. The secret I am going to share with you today is not about avoiding all supplements, but about understanding which common ones, often marketed as natural and harmless, can actually be quite dangerous for those of us over 60 if we do not first have a very important conversation with our doctor. In this video, we are going to look at 3 specific supplements that many people take without realizing the potential hidden dangers, especially when combined with other medications or existing health conditions. This information could genuinely safeguard your health and prevent serious problems down the line. Please, make sure you watch to the very end for something that will truly surprise you. Now, let us dive right into the first supplement that many people over 60 reach for, often without a second thought, thinking they are doing something good for their heart or their overall well-being. I am talking about high-dose vitamin E. You see, vitamin E has long been praised for its antioxidant properties. We hear about how antioxidants fight off damaging free radicals in our bodies, which sounds wonderful, does it not? We imagine it protecting our cells, keeping us young, maybe even preventing serious diseases. People often take it hoping it will boost their immune system, improve skin health, or even help prevent heart disease. For decades, it was considered almost a miracle nutrient in some circles. You might have even seen it in creams or lotions, promising to reduce wrinkles. It is present naturally in many delicious foods like nuts, seeds, and leafy green vegetables. And getting it from those sources is almost always a good idea. But here is where the problem starts, and it is a really important one, especially for us as we age. When vitamin E is isolated and concentrated into a high-dose supplement, it behaves very differently in the body than the vitamin E you get from a handful of almonds or a serving of spinach. One of the biggest concerns for older adults taking high-dose vitamin E supplements is its potential effect on blood clotting. Many of us over 60 are already taking medications to manage various health conditions. And blood thinners, like warfarin, often prescribed for heart conditions or to prevent strokes, are incredibly common. Even daily aspirin, which many take for heart health, can thin the blood. When you combine these medications with a high-dose vitamin E supplement, you significantly increase your risk of bleeding. We are talking about everything from easy bruising to more serious internal bleeding, or even, in severe cases, a hemorrhagic stroke. Imagine you accidentally bump into something, and instead of a small bruise, you suddenly have a much larger, deeper one that takes ages to heal. Or worse, imagine a hidden internal bleed that you do not even realize is happening until it is too late. This is not to scare you, but to empower you with knowledge. Your doctor needs to know every single thing you are putting into your body, especially if it can interact with your existing prescriptions. Beyond blood thinners, high-dose vitamin E can also interact with other medications, like those cholesterol-lowering drugs called statins. While some studies initially suggested vitamin E might help reduce the risk of heart disease, later, larger studies showed that it did not provide the benefits once hoped for, and in some cases, high doses were even linked to an increased risk of certain types of cancer or an overall increase in mortality, which is absolutely shocking when you think about it. The very thing you are taking to supposedly protect yourself could potentially be doing the opposite. This is why it is so crucial to understand that supplements are not always benign. They are biologically active substances, and they can have powerful effects on your body, just like prescription drugs. The difference is, they often do not come with the same level of rigorous testing and regulation. So, what is the actionable step here? Before you even think about picking up a high-dose vitamin E supplement, have a thorough conversation with your doctor. Tell them about all your current medications, all your health conditions, and why you are considering taking vitamin E. They might suggest that if you need more vitamin E, the safest and most effective way is through your diet, ensuring you get all the complementary nutrients that come along with it in whole foods. Even if your doctor gives you the green light, they might recommend a much lower dose than what is typically sold over the counter. This careful, informed approach is the cornerstone of safe health management as we get older. It is about being proactive and putting your safety first. Now that we have covered the potential pitfalls of high-dose vitamin E, let us move on to another popular supplement that carries some very serious risks if not discussed with your healthcare provider. Our next supplement on the list is one that many people turn to when they are feeling a bit down, experiencing low mood, or perhaps just struggling with the blues. It is often marketed as a natural alternative to prescription antidepressants, and it is called St. John's wort. You might have heard about it, or perhaps even seen it on the shelves, promising to brighten your outlook and lift your spirits. On the surface, it sounds like a gentle, herbal solution to a common human experience, doesn't it? And for some, in very specific circumstances, it might offer a mild mood lift. However, and this is a huge however, St. John's wort is perhaps one of the most notorious supplements for its dangerous interactions with a vast array of prescription medications. And this is especially critical for those of us over 60 who are more likely to be on multiple prescriptions. Imagine this scenario: you are taking medication for your heart, perhaps a blood thinner, or a drug to manage high blood pressure. Maybe you are on birth control, or medication for a chronic condition like epilepsy. You might even be taking a mild antidepressant prescribed by your doctor. Then, you decide to try St. John's wort because a friend recommended it, or you read about its mood-boosting properties online. What you might not realize is that St. John's wort can significantly interfere with how your body processes these vital medications. It does this by affecting certain enzymes in your liver that are responsible for breaking down drugs. When these enzymes are overactive due to St. John's wort, your prescription medications might be broken down much faster than they should be, meaning they become less effective or even completely ineffective. This is incredibly serious. Your heart medication might not be protecting you as it should. Your blood thinner might not be preventing clots, or your antidepressant might suddenly stop working, leading to a relapse of symptoms. Conversely, in some cases, it can increase the concentration of certain drugs in your system, leading to dangerous side effects. One of the most alarming interactions is with prescription antidepressants, particularly the selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, or SSRIs, which are commonly prescribed for depression and anxiety. Combining St. John's wort with these drugs can lead to a condition called serotonin syndrome. This is a potentially life-threatening condition where there is too much serotonin in your brain. Symptoms can range from agitation, confusion, and rapid heart rate to muscle rigidity, fever, and seizures. It is a medical emergency. You absolutely must not take St. John's wort if you are on any form of antidepressant medication, unless it is under extremely strict and careful medical supervision, which is highly unlikely to be recommended by a responsible doctor. But the list of interactions does not stop there. St. John's wort can also reduce the effectiveness of oral contraceptives, leading to unplanned pregnancies. It can interfere with digoxin, a common heart medication, and cyclosporine, a drug used to prevent organ rejection in transplant patients, leading to potentially devastating consequences. Even certain chemotherapy drugs, HIV medications, and anti-seizure medications can be affected. It is truly astonishing how one seemingly harmless herb can have such a wide and serious impact on so many crucial medications that many of us rely on for our health and well-being. So, the actionable steps regarding St. John's wort are clear and non-negotiable. First and foremost, never, ever combine it with prescription antidepressants or any other prescribed medication without a direct and explicit conversation with your doctor. In fact, it is probably best to avoid it entirely if you are on any regular medication. Always inform your doctor and your pharmacist about any and all supplements you are taking or considering taking. They are your vital partners in preventing these dangerous interactions. Instead of reaching for a supplement, if you are struggling with your mood, talk openly with your doctor about it. There are many safe and effective strategies, both medicinal and non-medicinal, that can help. This conversation is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of strength and a commitment to your health. Understanding the powerful effects of St. John's wort truly highlights the importance of professional guidance. Now, let us move on to the third and final supplement that can be risky, especially for those over 60, if taken without proper medical advice. The third supplement we need to talk about, and one that often catches people by surprise, is iron. You might think, iron. Why would iron be a problem? Everyone needs iron, right? And you would be absolutely right. Iron is an essential mineral. Our bodies need it to make hemoglobin, the part of red blood cells that carries oxygen from our lungs to every single part of our body. Without enough iron, we can feel tired, weak, and generally run down, a condition known as iron deficiency anemia. Many people, particularly women who are still menstruating, can indeed become iron deficient and benefit greatly from supplementation under a doctor's care. But here is the critical point. Especially for men and postmenopausal women over the age of 60, iron deficiency is far less common in these groups unless there is an underlying health issue causing blood loss, like a stomach ulcer or colon polyps. The danger comes when people, feeling tired or experiencing a general lack of energy, assume they are iron deficient and start taking iron supplements without first getting a proper diagnosis from their doctor. The problem is, our bodies are very efficient at holding onto iron. Unlike some other vitamins that are easily excreted if you take too much, excess iron tends to accumulate in our organs. This accumulation can lead to a condition called hemochromatosis, or iron overload. Over time, too much iron can damage vital organs like your liver, your heart, and your pancreas. It can lead to liver disease, heart problems, and even diabetes. Imagine unknowingly damaging your liver or heart over years, simply by taking a supplement you thought was helping you. It is a slow, insidious process that often shows no clear symptoms until significant damage has occurred. Furthermore, taking iron supplements when you do not need them can also mask the real reason you are feeling tired. Fatigue is a very common complaint as we get older, and it can be caused by a myriad of factors: poor sleep, an underlying thyroid issue, nutrient deficiencies other than iron, depression, or even serious medical conditions. If you self-prescribe iron, you might feel a temporary placebo effect, or simply mask the symptoms, delaying a proper diagnosis and treatment for the actual problem. Imagine feeling tired, taking iron, and feeling a little better, while the serious condition like an undiagnosed stomach bleed continues to worsen without your knowledge. That is why it is so crucial to investigate the root cause of your symptoms with a medical professional. Beyond the long-term risks of organ damage, high doses of iron supplements can also cause uncomfortable immediate side effects. These can include stomach upset, nausea, constipation, or diarrhea. No one wants to deal with those issues on top of feeling tired, do they? So, what is the actionable advice here? It is very straightforward. Never take iron supplements unless your doctor has specifically diagnosed you with iron deficiency anemia through a blood test. If a blood test confirms you are low on iron, your doctor will then prescribe the correct dosage and monitor your levels to ensure you are getting enough without overdoing it. They will also investigate why you are low on iron, which is just as important as treating the deficiency itself. This might involve looking for sources of blood loss, or checking for conditions that affect iron absorption. If you are feeling fatigued, the best first step is always to schedule an appointment with your doctor to discuss your symptoms thoroughly. Let them run the necessary tests to find out what is truly going on. It might be something simple to fix, or it might be something that needs careful medical management. But self-supplementing with iron could be a dangerous gamble. Remember, true health comes from understanding your body and working with medical professionals, not guessing. So, we have talked about 3 seemingly benign supplements: high-dose vitamin E, St. John's wort, and iron, and how, especially for those of us over 60, they can carry surprising and serious risks if taken without the guidance of a doctor. High-dose vitamin E can increase bleeding risk, particularly if you are on blood thinners. St. John's wort is notorious for its dangerous interactions with a wide range of crucial prescription medications, potentially rendering them ineffective or causing severe side effects like serotonin syndrome. And iron, while essential, can accumulate in your body if you do not need it, leading to organ damage and masking underlying health issues that cause fatigue. It is completely understandable to want to take charge of your health, to feel vibrant and energetic as you navigate these wonderful years. There is a wealth of information out there, and a natural inclination to seek out ways to feel better. But remember, the most powerful tool you have for your health is informed decision-making and open communication with your healthcare team. Supplements are not a substitute for a balanced diet, a healthy lifestyle, and professional medical advice. They are powerful substances that interact with your body in complex ways. And those interactions can become even more unpredictable as we age and potentially manage multiple health conditions or medications. Please, I truly encourage you to take this message to heart before you start any new supplement. No matter how natural or harmless it seems, pick up the phone and talk to your doctor or pharmacist. Tell them everything you are taking, and ask if the supplement you are considering is safe for you. This simple, proactive step could literally save you from serious health complications down the road. Small, informed changes and conversations can truly make the biggest difference to your health and happiness. Have you ever experienced an unexpected reaction to a supplement? Or maybe you have had a conversation with your doctor that prevented a potential issue. Share your story in the comments below. Your experiences could genuinely help someone else who is watching. If you found this video helpful, if it gave you something important to think about, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps our channel reach more people who could benefit from this information. And do not forget to subscribe to our channel for more practical, common sense health advice tailored for your best years. Now, about that surprise I mentioned at the beginning. The biggest surprise for many people is not just which supplements can be dangerous, but how many common, everyday medications that people over 60 are already taking can have serious, even life-threatening interactions with seemingly harmless supplements. It highlights that the real danger often comes from relying on a pill instead of seeking professional medical advice, and that the best supplement for most needs comes from a balanced diet and a healthy lifestyle. Guided by your healthcare provider, you are the best advocate for your own health by being informed, asking questions, and working closely with your healthcare team. You can truly live your best life at every age. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next video.